Welcome to Mike's Retro Curiosities, where we explore the wonderful world of retro gaming. With the recent announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2 and the reveal that its Joy-Con controllers will utilize mouse inputs, I wanted to take a look back at Nintendo's first foray into mouse-driven gaming. Mario Paint and the Super Nintendo Mouse were both released in 1992. Mario Paint is essentially a sort of paint program, much like MS Paint, but obviously more Nintendo and Mario themed. And the Super Nintendo Mouse is essentially a basic ball mouse that plugs into the controller port of the Super Nintendo. Of course, because this thing is a ball mouse, it means that it unfortunately isn't as precise as what we might be used to nowadays. And anyone who's used these from back in the day will know that these weren't the most reliable things, even at the best of times. Some of you might be wondering why make something like this when something like MS Paint already exists and comes with PCs for free. Well, you have to remember that back then, most people didn't have PCs. This was kind of before Windows 95 would sort of take the world by storm and make owning a PC kind of a staple of American households. And as a result, this would have been fairly novel for the time. Mario Paint includes a number of various modes and options. For one thing, you can obviously paint on a blank canvas. There's also a coloring book option with various Mario-themed sort of pictures you can color in. There's also a music maker, as well as a sort of fun little fly swatter mini-game that you could unlock. All fairly basic stuff, but fans have done some absolutely incredible and incredibly creative things with these limited options. I suggest you check it out sometime if you ever get the chance. Plus, the game is just kind of overflowing with that Nintendo charm. There are a ton of little flourishes that this game has. If you kind of just click around and mess around for a while, you'll find a bunch of them that really just add to this game's charm. As far as other games that utilize the Super Nintendo Mouse, there were about 70 released in total. There's a Wikipedia page that lists all of them. One that I have is the Super Game Boy, which allowed you to create sort of custom borders for your Game Boy games. Hopefully, with the Switch 2 having mouse support, we will soon be able to play Mario Paint and other Super Nintendo Mouse games on Nintendo Switch Online. I'm especially hoping for the eventual release of Mario and Wario, which was a Japanese exclusive mouse game. All this being said, though, the Mario Paint and the Super Nintendo Mouse are kind of only really of interest to either people who have nostalgic memories of it or for sort of hardcore gaming history aficionados, of which I count myself as one. It's not really something I would consider an essential thing to have for a Super Nintendo, but I still think it's cool. It's fun to have. So that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know what you think. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I hope you have a great one. And I will see you next time.
If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.